Thank you for telling me. I was recording audio. I'm so sorry. So whenever I record on here, I sometimes mute, so just in case I need to use the audio. So I was working on something today. Also, I said hello to everyone. So hello, Baxter. Hello, John Nutcase. Hello, Rocky Roads. Hello, Juicy Booch. And hello, Serious Sam. But yeah, thank you so much for telling me. I do sometimes mute my microphone on the software because I'm recording B-roll and stuff. I don't know if I need to use it or not. So I started production on a few things, and I thought, you know, I know I'm gonna work on it today. But I thought, why not just stream me working on it, and I can give advice while I'm doing it. So I'm gonna be doing some content creation today, and I'm gonna be editing and stuff. And if you guys have any questions or you guys want any advice, I can give it to you. For those who do not know here, I've edited for a few people on YouTube. I know how to tag stuff. I know how to make content. Yeah, it's like, even though my channel is small, I did work with some pretty cool people, and that's actually pretty cool. I don't know why I need to fix my mouth real quick. I think my mouth is a little bit messing up right now. So this is my VTubing software, if you guys don't know about that, but mouth open sensitivity. Okay. Testing. I moved my stuff around a little tiny bit, so I have to tweak my settings. That should be better. Okay. Alright, so mistakes happen. That's how you, yep. I'm really good at fixing them whenever someone points them out. So, I'm going to be working on a project right now, and I'm going to switch over, and I will show you guys. So we're going to go a new project here, and I will switch over. So let me go to my main page. Okay. Window capture. Can I just capture CapCut? If I capture CapCut, it captures everything on here. Oh, no, it did it. Oh, there it is. Actually, no, capturing CapCut does not work. We'll have to capture the whole entire window. I will mess around with this real quick. Let me zoom this out. Actually, I'll just fit it to screen. It's fine if the bottom shows. Screen. Okay. So right now I am, I started production on a video here. I'll pull it up here just real quick. I started production on, this is about Haunting Ground, being, the other build that came out of, what is it called? Resident 4 prototype phases. Now, this is just a little bit rough. I'm going to be going through this real quick and just make sure, cleaning it up and stuff. Then I'm going to record my audio. I'm going to record my voice. I'll give you guys some tips on how to record your audio when it comes to voice, how to get rid of background noise, things like that. Sometimes I have problems with it still. I have to get in that sense of mind when it comes to recording. So I'm going to read over this real quick, and I'm just going to make sure I got everything right. Almost everyone knows about Devil May Cry started development as Resident Evil 4 for being changed into its own thing. But did you know that there was another game that shares the same fate? Before the Resident Evil 4 we got today, there was multiple prototype builds of the game. One of them saw Leon in a castle where Umbrella headquarters is located. Where like the game we got today, Leon gets affected by a virus. He eventually runs into a girl who has a dog companion that she can control in gameplay. If anything sounds familiar to you Capcom fans out there, because this is a scrap build that was retold in the PS2 cult classic Haunting Ground. So I'm working on shorts now, so just so everyone knows, I'm working on shorts to kind of help build the channel a bit more. So I had this idea for a short, so I recorded tons of B-roll already of it, where you play as a girl named Fiona, who has a dog companion set in the Clock Tower universe. It's a great... Is it set in the Clock Tower universe? I just want to check that out real quick, okay? Capcom is connected to the Clock Tower series as a spin-off spiritual successor. So technically that would be considered as a set in the universe. Oh my god, bananas. So it's a spin-off spiritual successor. So if it's a spin-off, it's technically in the universe. I remember the early build of Resident Evil. Leon was in a haunted house with the footage really limited. That's the one that we're talking about that was retooled into this game. All right, so since I've checked it out, you always want to check out stuff because like if it's a spin-off, it's technically considered in the universe, but it's also a spiritual successor. It's great that Capcom could retool these prototype builds of Resident Evil 4 to their own games instead of being thrown away to the wayside. Okay, so if you don't know about shorts, they have to be under a minute long. I don't know if this is too long yet. I haven't decided to record it yet. For recording, I always use Audacity because it's like really simple to do. Skip, discard selected, yes. Okay, so I have this set up to record audio from my thing, so I always have to go in here and change it to my microphone, which is testing 1 2 3 1 2 3 testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, so I'm gonna hit record on this, and I always let it play a little tiny bit before you like start talking. I'll show you why here in a bit. Almost everyone knows about Devil May Cry. Oh, fuck. See, I always fuck up my lines. Almost everyone knows that Devil May Cry started development as Resident Evil 4 before being changed into its own thing. But did you know that there was another game that shares the same fate? Before the Resident Evil 4 we got today, there was multiple prototype builds of the game. One of them saw Leon Kennedy in a castle where Umbrella headquarters is located. Where, like the game we got today, Leon gets affected by a virus. He eventually runs into a girl who has a dog companion that she can control in gameplay. If that sounds familiar to you, Capcom fans out there, it's because this is a scrap. Because this scrap build was retooled into the PS2 cult classic Haunting Ground, where you play as a girl named Fiona who has a dog companion that is set in the Clock Tower universe. It's great that Capcom can retool these prototype builds of Resident Evil 4 to be their own games, instead of them being thrown to the wayside. Okay, so I put it on the other screen here so I could read the script. So this clocks in at 1 minute and 28 seconds. Now, the reason why I tell you guys to record a little bit at the beginning, because if you listen to this, you hear my background noise. Now this is Audacity, and Audacity has a lot of great features. I can select this, go up to Tools, as you go to Effects, you go down to Noise Removal, Noise Reduction. You get the Noise Profile. Then you highlight the whole thing, go back in there, go down to noise removal, noise reduction, and then you can mess with this a little bit more. I usually don't. It usually puts pretty fine. Hit OK. And look at that. Look at all my background noise that's gone now. It's perfect. So let's... Hold on 1 sec here. I just gotta do something real quick. Okay, I'm back. All right, so this is all on here now, and now we gotta listen to myself. So I think I fucked up here at the beginning. Devil May Cry. Oh, fuck. See, I always fuck up my lines. Okay, so we get rid of this. All right, and then the Devil May Cry started development as Resident Evil 4 before being changed into its own thing. But did you know that there was this is the long pause. We don't want to have too many of those here, because this is a short. When you're gonna go in here. But did you know that there was another game that shares the same fate? Before the Resident Evil 4 that's not a long pause, we want to get rid of that. Fate. Before the Resident Evil 4 we got today, there was multiple prototype builds of the game. One of them saw Leon Kennedy. See, I improvised right there. And improvise, when you improvise during a script, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You want to do that. Because I just had Leon written down. So I said Leon Kennedy. The game. One of them saw Leon Kennedy in a castle where Umbrella headquarters is located. Where, like the game we got today, Leon gets affected by a virus. Okay. So we're gonna get rid of this long pause. This is located. Where, like the game we got today, Leon gets affected by a virus. He eventually runs into a girl. Okay. Sometimes I leave these long pauses in here on purpose, just in case I do flub my lines. He eventually runs into a girl who has a dog companion that she can control in gameplay. If that sounds familiar. If that sounds familiar to you. No, I peeked there and I'm glad I redid that line. If that sounds familiar to you. I fucked up my line there, so we're gonna delete that. If that sounds familiar to you Capcom fans out there, it's because this is a scrap. Okay. I always fuck up my lines. Like, I can never do one without, like, making a mistake. Because this scrap build was retold into the PS2 because the scrap build was... Okay, I'm gonna get rid of my breathing right here. There. Because the scrap build was retold into the PS2 cult classic, Haunting Ground. Where you play as a... Get rid of this... Where you play as a girl named Fiona, who has a dog companion that is set in the Clock Tower universe. It's great that Capcom can It's W2 now if I do the same thing. Okay, so I almost want to tell you guys how I... So, one thing that I've kind of learned about shorts is you don't want to give the... You don't want to... If you're especially doing scripted, do not give away what it is at the beginning. You want to hold people's attention until you almost get to the very end. That's why I don't say about Haunting Ground at the beginning, but I say it like almost towards the end, right here. It's great that Capcom can retool these prototype builds of Resident Evil 4 to be their own games, instead of them being thrown to the wayside. Okay, so that's it for the short. It clocks in at 48 seconds, which is good enough here. I'm just gonna save this real quick. So export audio. I'm gonna title this. So this is gonna be Haunting Ground short and export. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this up real quick and put this in the video editor. I just put that up there because I don't want to. I got tons of stuff saved on my desktop, and I don't want to accidentally show anything I'm not supposed to. Like, I got tons of artwork of my character on there I cannot show on YouTube. So, yeah, okay. So this is my sounds folder. This is where I keep all my sounds at. And this is like
my explosion of satisfaction.
Well, he's dead, so
because I like trains.
I should put that on the YouTube side. So it could be gooning.
I'm gooning. That's it. You're putting on the maid outfit.
Okay, so a little bit sidetracking here. I save all my audio to here, which I don't know. I shouldn't save my stuff to here. Don't want a Vosh moment. Vosh had Lolicon. That's implying I got Lolicon on my computer, and I don't. Lolicon and horses. All right, so I got that on here, and we're gonna put that in there. All right. The fart noise. So I'm gonna go to my C drive, my recordings. So I have it off to the side here. Recordings. This is where all my recordings are at. I got some really old VODs that are just in here. So I'm just gonna go down all the way down here. Wait for it all to load. Wait, hold on. Did I fuck this up? I did recordings. Did they not save? Hold on. I gotta make sure I did this. Let me do this real quick. Output D recordings. That's where my audio, that's where my recording should go. I did recordings and they're not here. Man, I recorded gameplay and everything. Are they just like... Hold on. D recordings. That's where I recorded these at. One sec here, chat. I need to see something just real quick. There you go, my D drive. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, I was in the wrong folder. I'm just waiting for my D drive to open real quick. We're doing pretty good. Okay, D drive recordings. Okay. Now I can go back to my main screen here. Alright, so here's all my B-roll I have right here. I recorded a few things here. I'm just going to drag these over into CapCut. I do not recommend using CapCut because they did change a lot of things, and I do not recommend it. Use DaVinci Resolve, but for this, we're definitely going to be using CapCut for this because I paid for a month of it so I can have the auto captions because they're nice to have. Right, so since we're doing this in short, so we want to do 9:16. Now this is probably the best. This is probably the resolution when you do for shorts because people watch them on their phone. Which one is this? This is me playing Haunted Ground. We're gonna need that. But I think we're gonna start out with the Devil May Cry footage, which is this one. I think this is it. So let's no, this is Haunting Ground. Oh yeah, I went back into the game. I needed more additional footage. Alright, so I went to the bathroom during this, so I came back and I had it paused for a bit. So we're gonna start this out with Devil May Cry footage because that is what that's what I mentioned first. Hey Raccoon, how you doing? Alright, so since this is a short, we want to have the resolution kind of blown up like this. Now, I think we could get away with having it like at this, but we're gonna mute this track right here. Almost everyone knows that Devil May Cry. Okay, so I kind of want to get rid of me jumping right there because it doesn't look good in the footage. So we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna start right here. We're gonna mute my audio just real quick. Okay, there was a camera cut there, so I'm gonna change that so it looks nice. Okay, we're gonna cut this right here. Okay. Okay, there's a little black bar down the bottom there, so we're gonna make it go out just a little tiny bit more. We're gonna go 309. Oh, thank you so much. I don't really like my voice because, you know, obvious reasons, but I eventually am gonna be starting to try to change that. I'm gonna do a lot of voice training and stuff. So right here, we're gonna do that. Okay, that's perfect. That's a perfect shot. perfect shot to start with. We're gonna do one rough cut of this, and then we're gonna move on to adding music, adding pictures. Almost everyone knows that Devil May Cry started development as Resident Evil 4 before being changed into. Okay, so I mentioned Resident Evil 4 here. So we're gonna go back here. Cry started development as Resident. Okay, I mentioned Resident Evil 4 right here. So we're gonna cut that. You can make that go down here. Right here was my Resident Evil 4 gameplay. Okay, we're just gonna put that there. Again, I went to the bathroom door in my gameplay here, so there's gonna be a big part of this that doesn't have anything. Okay, so I say we just use the beginning fight here as footage. Actually, we'll use the town fight. There's part where I get a shotgun right here. Right. So I get the shotgun around this area here, so we're going to gonna zoom in. Okay. We'll start the footage off here. What software do you use for recording your game footage? I just use regular OBS. OBS is great for everything. You can see how I have my layout here, but I just use OBS because it has a recording thing, which is right here. And sometimes I record at a higher resolution and stuff. It all really depends. I think I have it set up where I record at like 20,000, which is a lot higher than I stream at. Because, you know, OBS is just a great all-around footage. Great all-around editing, not editing, great all-around recorder. But I don't recommend CapCut because they started doing like anti-consumer stuff, so that's why I don't recommend it. So since we're doing, like I said, since we're doing a short, we're gonna blow this out. Let me make this go down a little tiny bit. And you'll see why I'm using CapCut here. Okay, so Resident Evil 4. We want to have the camera go over like this. Okay. As Resident Evil 4 before being changed into its own thing. But did you know that there was another game? Okay, so when we're running here, I can actually change this. Okay, so I'm turning here, and what I'm gonna do here actually is I'm going to right up here. If you select this, this actually will allow you to move it while the recording is going on. So what I'm gonna do here is, since it like goes off a little tiny bit, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna slide this over so Leon's in the middle of the screen. Thing. But did you know that there was another game that shares the same fate? It's barely even noticeable. Thing. But did you know that there was another game that shares the same fate before? If I can get it right, that is. We want to have Leon at the middle of the screen for this. It does move. We're going to make it go over just a little tiny bit more. Select that. Slide this over. Hi, Glamour Frog. You use Power Director. Nice. Put Leon in the middle. Thing. But did you know that there was another game that shares the same fate before the Resident? Okay. Evil 4 we got today. There was multiple. Okay, so when I say here there was multiple prototype builds, there was multiple. All right, so we're gonna cut the footage just right here. And the reason why I'm cutting this footage is we need to go find those other prototype builds. I recommend when you can record your own gameplay, but whenever you need something, you go get it. So what I use to download is this thing called 4K video downloader. My ex-employer actually recommended this to me. This is how I get most of my sounds when it comes to like OSTs, other stuff I need to download from YouTube, which we are going to need to get that footage for Resident Evil 4 Castle prototype. I misspelled prototype. Okay. And 3.5. Where is footage? All beta footage. So I'm pretty sure I can. So this Tokyo Game Show 2002. Remastered in 4K. Okay, is there any other ones in here? We are going to want the gameplay revealed here. Resident Evil 4 2003 gameplay reveal. Oh, that's not it. That's 2004. That would be. I gotta make sure this is the right one. This isn't the one that was retold. This was it would be nice to use this one though. So I'm gonna grab this and we're gonna put this in video downloader. It'll download here. Get back. Leon Sex Kennedy. So we're gonna go back and try to find the 2002 gameplay. 2002 game play.
Whoa, ass ahoy.
Okay, we'll grab this and we'll put that in here as well. All right, they're both downloaded. Click on this. Right here's our things. Gonna minimize that. We're gonna drag these into CapCut. Okay, so I think we're gonna start off with this one first. So we're gonna drag this in here. We're gonna get rid of this intro part. Okay, we're gonna Do this right here, cut this down. Blow this up. Oh god, it looks pretty bad if I blow it up too far. There was multiple let me... Where's Leon at? Okay. Maybe we'll start right here for the footage. Okay. Since this is Leon walking down, we'll probably put him in close towards the middle. And we're gonna change so the walking is in the middle here. We're gonna try to cover this up best way we can. Let me slide it back just a little tiny bit. Let's add that one there. Put it right there. Okay, it's a little bit noticeable. I'm gonna drag it back. I sometimes want to get the details pretty good, even though it's such a small thing that people aren't going to realize. Okay, that should be good. Okay, I'm going to go back here. That should be good enough. Okay, it cuts the black, so we're gonna cut here. Okay. I don't know how much footage we're gonna need for this. Let's look at listen to the audio here. There was multiple prototype builds of the game. One of them saw Leon Kennedy in a castle where Umbrella headquarters is located. Okay, so it sounds like we're gonna need to okay, we're gonna quickly move this over next frame. Okay, move it over. Located where, like the game we got today, Leon gets affected by a virus. He eventually runs into a girl. We might actually be able to fill this up with just this footage. He runs into a girl who has a dog companion that okay, so I need to see if I can find a picture of this real quick. I got safe search off. Resident Evil 3.5 dog. Images. Haunting ground. Concept art, maybe? Concept art? Um, uh, Castle. Resident 4 castle build images. That's the trailer we got. I do not think there is footage of her running into the dog. Of Leon running into the dog. So we're just gonna have to keep this. We could use footage of haunting ground here, but to a girl who has a dog companion that she can control in gameplay. That sounds familiar to you Capcom fans out. Okay. In gameplay. We're gonna move the camera over here. That sounds familiar to you Capcom fans. Okay. Familiar to you Capcom fans. Oh, I didn't mean to cut. Oh, I didn't mean to do that either. One frame over. Fans out there. Okay, we'll cut here. Fans out there. Because the scrap build was retooled into the PS2 cult classic. And right here is when I will show the footage for this. Haunting cult classic fans out there. Because the scrap build was retooled into the PS. I'll transfer. Okay, so this is my haunted ground footage. We're gonna pull this in. I booted up the game again just to record some stuff today. Also, I think it's gonna be really funny if I just do it like this one. Here. Watch what I did here. I think you guys are gonna kick out of this. Okay, hold on. We'll start it right here. I'm glad I recorded this in 1440p. Makes blowing it up look so much better. I'm in the I'm in the latex outfit for this for the footage. PS2 cult classic Haunting Ground, where you play as a girl named Fiona who has a dog companion that is set in the clock ground, where you play as a girl named Fiona. And I will cut this footage. And also, this cutscene changes so much when you have this outfit on. Well, watch this. Banana. Banana. This cutscene changes so much with this outfit on. I changed the context so much. Also, maybe I should start up the footage right there. Boob physics. You know, just in case I want to use this footage later, I'll just like... Because I'm just gonna like go get the other footage right now. And move that up there. The last footage was like right here, I think. This one? No, it was the one before that. This one. Oh, because I want to show it with the dog, and then the footage I had, I didn't get the dog. Okay, so I will use this right here. Cut. And cut this. Put that there. Brown. Where you play as a girl named Fiona who has a dog. Okay. Girl named Fiona who has a dog companion that is set in the Clock Tower universe. It's great that Capcom can retool these prototype builds of Resident Evil 4 to be their own game. Maybe we'll start right here for it. Who has a dog companion that is set in the Clock Tower universe. It's great that Capcom can retool these prototype builds of Resident Evil 4 to be their own games, instead of them being thrown to the wayside. Alright, so I think we're pretty much done here. Unless I want to put that footage in right here. To be their own game. To be their own game. Capcom can retool these prototype builds of Resident Evil 4. I think it'd be pretty funny to have Gooner Bait in it. to be their own games, instead of them being thrown to the wayside. Okay. And we'll end this. And we will zoom this out a little tiny bit. Make it full screen. We're going to have to move it over a little tiny bit more. To be their own games, instead of them being thrown to the wayside. Almost every... Okay, so... how people usually loop them back, if you guys wondering, is they'll take a screenshot here like the beginning. Screenshot. You go down to export still frames. Get that. And then right here is the thing. And they put it right at the end here. So it'll look like it's looping back here whenever you watch it. Hey, Black Sheep. Okay, so we did one pass through, and now it's time to... I'm doing good. I think everyone's doing good. So now it's time to get saved a few things. So I'm going to go search for a few things real quick, and I'm gonna get them all saved real quick. I'm just have to get box art and stuff. Doing good, Black Sheep. I'm just working on stuff for YouTube. Haunting ground box art. I can actually... I'll save this one. Okay, we need Devil May Cry. .jpeg. And we are going to need Resident Evil 4. We'll use the GameCube box art because that's what it came out for first. GameCube. Okay, so I'm going to drag all these into here now. My other stuff folder. Let me switch back over to my main screen. Okay, so I have everything all in here now. Okay, we got Devil May Cry here. Almost everyone knows that Devil May... Okay, so we'll throw Devil May Cry up on the screen when I mention it. And then we will... Okay, so put that in the middle, and then we'll do an animation for it. There's a Devil May Cry start. Okay, so we are gonna do an animation for this coming in here. If you're doing shorts, it's like preferred if you do like snappy ones. Like I can make it come into the side here, but to be honest, I don't think that will fit for a short. Unless I speed it up, that is. Okay. Two. There's a Devil May Cry start. Okay, animation. We will do out. We'll just slide it out here. Started develop. Knows a Devil May Cry started development as Resident Evil. A Devil May Cry started development as Resident Evil 4 before being changed into its own thing. But did you know that there was another game that shares the same fate? Before the Resident Evil 4 we got today, there was multiple prototype builds of the game. One of them saw Leon Kennedy in a castle where Umbrella headquarters is located, where like the game we got today, Leon gets affected by a virus. He eventually runs into a girl. Okay, so we're actually just gonna use the concept art here I found. And so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna zoom in to a girl who has a dog companion that she can control in gameplay. That she to a girl who has a dog companion that she can control in game. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna make this animation control in game. Actually, no, we're not. We don't need it out to a girl. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, click on this, and then when we get to the end here, animation, we'll just do fade out. Control in game. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, we're gonna go right here. Okay, and then we're going to go to video. Hit that up there. We're gonna zoom in. Girl who has a dog companion that she can control in game. To a girl who has a dog companion that she can control in gameplay. That sounds familiar to you Capcom fans out there, because the scrap build was retold into the PS2 cult classic. And here they mentioned the game. I mentioned the game. So we're gonna make this go down a bit. Haunting Ground. Haunting Ground. Where you play. And then we are gonna do an out. We'll just do the fade out for that. Where you Haunting Ground, where you play as a girl named Fiona, who has a dog companion that is set in the Clock Tower universe. It's great that Capcom can retool these prototype builds of Resident Evil 4 to be their own games, instead of them being thrown to the wayside. Okay, so we got that done here. I think we're pretty much done with this, other than we need to do a few more things. One, we're going to need a soundtrack here. So we're going to open up YouTube here, and we will go to right here. Then we will do, oh, let me take a drink. All right, so let's look for Haunting Ground OST. It's two, and hey Alice. We could do this one. Some of these sound like a little too much. It won't fit for background noise. We need something more like upbeat and stuff. We could do this one. Yeah, this one might work. Let me copy this. Then here now, I can actually download this as an MP3. So we're gonna go to do audio, highest, we're gonna do MP3, paste this in. Ah! We're gonna open this up. Then we drag this into our editor here. Okay, we'll drag this down here. So now we need to balance this. All right, so let me zoom in real quick. We want to have the music play as soon as we do this. What we want to do is you want to drag this over. We're going to make this go down. Almost everyone knows that Devil May Cry started development as Resident Evil 4 before being changed into its own thing. But did you know that there was another game that shares the same fate? Before the Resident Evil 4 we got today, there was multiple prototype builds of the game. One of them saw Leon Kennedy in a castle where Umbrella headquarters is located, where like the game we got today, Leon gets affected by a virus. He eventually runs into a girl who has a dog companion that she can control in gameplay. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Familiar to you Capcom fans out there, because the scrap build was okay. Okay, we're going to cut that off there, and we are going to do a fade out. This is the wayside. Okay. And now, this is the reason why I paid for CapCut for the month here. We go to text. We go down to auto captions, English, then we hit generate. Bucci!
Bucci.
Bucci.
All right, so we're gonna go to template, and almost everyone knows that we want. Almost everyone knows that Devil May Cry. 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 I don't like that one. Almost everyone knows that Devil May Cry. This one might work. Boob. Almost everyone knows that Devil May Cry started development as Resident Evil 4 before being changed into its own thing. But did you know that there was another game that shares the same fate? Before the Resident Evil 4 we got today, there was multiple prototype builds of the game. One of them saw Leon Kennedy in a castle where Umbrella headquarters is located, where like the game we got today, Leon gets affected. I don't like that one. It's too... Almost everyone knows that Devil May Cry. I don't like how it puts all the emojis in there. If it was less on the emojis, I could consider it. Almost everyone knows that Devil May Cry. Almost everyone knows that Devil May Cry. Okay, so almost everyone knows that Devil May Cry.
I like the boobs.
Boing.
Almost everyone knows that Devil May Cry. It's almost everyone knows that Devil May Cry started development as Resident Evil 4 before being changed into its own thing. But did you know that there was another game that shares the same fate? Before the Resident Evil 4, this one might work. Yeah, it's this one works good because it's white and red, and that's the color scheme they went for with the remake. Okay, so auto captions can be a bit wonky, so it's best if you guys go through it like I'm gonna do now. Almost everyone knows. Okay, so make this go down. There's a Devil May Cry started development at $2.
Oh my god!
Alice
Resident
Goes
Evil
super
4.
chatted $2. Eat shit juicy booch, poop emoji, high voltage sign emoji,
Before
kissing
being
face
changed into
emoji,
its own
angry face
thing.
emoji,
But
eyes purple crying,
did you
nervous sweat emoji, high voltage sign
know that
emoji,
there was another
poop
game that
emoji.
shares the same fate? Would be put a question mark at the end. Another game that shares the same fate. Before the Resident Evil 4 we got today, there was multiple prototype builds of the game. One of them saw Leon Kennedy in a castle where Umbrella headquarters is located. Where, like the game we got today, Leon gets affected by a virus. He eventually runs into a girl who has a dog companion that she can control in gameplay. If that sounds familiar to you Capcom fans out there, because the scrap build was retold into the PS2 cult classic Haunting Ground, where you play as a girl named Fiona, who has a dog companion that is set in the Clock Tower universe. It's great that Capcom can retool these prototype builds of Resident Evil 4 to be their own games, instead of them being thrown to the wayside. Okay. Thank you so much, Alice. Okay.
Oh my god!
Rar Dakota super chatted $2. Do we need to call the family to get the money?
Call the family, get the money. Hold on, what's going on? Hold on, is Juicy Booch and Alice are fighting? Also, if you guys want me to put on an outfit, I can. I'll just put on the maid outfit. There you guys go. I'm waiting to see what... Let me go check real quick. We're trying to wake up a horse head in his bed. Oh my god. Oh shit! He's working on it! We might get the costume soon, guys. Alright, so I think this video is done actually. Everything shows up good here. Nothing cuts off. I think all the spelling is correct. Just going through it. Okay. So I think that's good. Now I'm gonna export. Okay, so I'm gonna name this Haunting Ground Short. 1080p, high bitrate, 30 FPS. And let me export. Almost everyone knows that Devil May Cry. The one thing I like about CapCut, man, they export really fucking fast. Alright, so let me right there it is. Okay, so let's pull up YouTube real quick. Do appreciate the guys supporting the stream today. It does mean a lot. Anyways, okay, so we go to create. We want to go, not to go live, we want to go to upload. Okay, so this is the fun part. When I say fun part, this is the most time-consuming part. I usually leave the name as last here. But we want to go down to age restricted. No, should be fine. Not alter content, not paid promotion. Now for the tags. Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil, Resident, no, I'll go RE4, Resident Evil 3.5, Resident Evil 4 Proto type. We want to go PS2 game, GameCube, video games, gaming. Okay. Haunting ground, haunting grounds, Resident Evil PS2, retro gaming, retro. Man, these are always, trying to come up with these are so hard to do at times. Resident Evil 4, RE4, Resident Evil 3.5. Okay, so gaming short. Did you know video game prototype? Resident Evil game RE. You kind of want to do variations of everything. So PlayStation to PlayStation Nintendo, because it started out as a Nintendo game, Resident Evil 4 did. Nintendo retro video game, retro video games. Oh. Video games. Cult classic games. I'm trying to think about all we need to do here. Oh, this is always the part that I have trouble with. I know there's an extension that you can get because Rich had me use it on his channel. That's how I kind of learned how to do like tagging and stuff. But it's still kind of hard to come up with tags. Haunting Ground PS2. PS2 gameplay. PS2 games, GameCube games. That should be good enough. Okay, so we need a title to kind of hook it, but we also need to put tags in as well. We want to put hashtags in. The other game, Resident Evil 4. No, hold on. The other game that came out of the Resident Evil 4 prototypes. So we want to tag this as Resident Evil retro gaming. Okay, so I think that's a good title. Sparkles McSass. Is that what Booch named this cat? The other game that came out of the Resident Evil 4 prototypes. Okay, so Jay told me something here, and I'm gonna try this out here. Jay told me the more stuff I put about Wikipedia in the description, the more it kind of gets sends out. So we're gonna try this, okay? So we're gonna go to Haunting Ground. So we're just gonna like copy. We're gonna copy stuff from here. All right. So we're gonna go back to my videos here. Oh, I should put horror in the tags. That's what I should do. Then we have all this here. Let's add horror as a tag. Ah. And then we'll go down here and horror for games. Or video games. We can get rid of one of these probably. PS2 gameplay we can get rid of. Scary games. We can probably get rid of RE. We can get rid of I don't think we can get rid of anything else here. It's pretty stacked. We'll just get rid of scary. Okay. The other game that came out of the PS4, the other game that came out of the Resident Evil 4 prototypes. Resident Evil, retro gaming, horror. Okay, so now he also said that Rerez said to add more hashtags to the description. So we're just gonna do that real quick. Horror gaming, video games, This is horror gaming. We're not gonna do any VTuber tags because this isn't like a VTubing video or anything like that. So we're gonna do haunting ground. I'm gonna go Nintendo, because Resident Evil 4 started out a Nintendo game. We're gonna do Resident Evil 4. I'm gonna do PlayStation. PlayStation 2. Okay. This should be good. So, alter content, no. It's all fine. We'll put the tag at... Hold on. Should we put the game title as Resident Evil? We're gonna put it as Resident Evil 4. More people may see it if it's labeled Resident Evil 4, because we're talking about 2 games in this video. Okay. Next. That's all fine. No copyright. Visibility. Public. And publish. Okay. We made a video. It took 1 hour and 22 minutes. Ugh. My Tony Hawk video has been catching up there. You guys see that? Oh yeah, I couldn't show this on. I couldn't show this one on Twitch because of they have a thing about doing drugs and stuff. This is me eating the edibles from like a while back. I made a real. Oh god, I'm always. And see how many. Yeah, those got me so high. And we might do another one of those as well. And there's all my old VODs, which I need to go back. Before like a lot of people started watching me, this is what my thing looked like here. Okay, I had this avatar down here that would jump whenever I talk. And it blinked us off. It didn't, talking about doing drugs. We have a thing about doing, yeah, we do. But is it gonna do it? It just makes me out be a liar. Just kind of stuck. The person that made this made her tits jiggle way too much. There it is. Anyways, I'm gonna switch over to. We're not gonna do full screen. We're gonna go windowed, and we're gonna go to YouTube. Because there's no sense sharing the full screen now, since that's done. Let's watch some YouTube. Let's actually chill out, watch some YouTube and stuff. If you guys have got any questions or anything about doing video related stuff, just let me know. We're just gonna sit here, we're gonna chill, we're gonna watch a few things. A band is streaming soon. Let's switch accounts here. Oh, I gained a few subscribers. I got recommended this. This is like from The
Fair or
Mask.
not, nobody jilts Cookie Boom and gets away with it.
Mr. Mayor, it's that strip exotic dance.
Over here.
Any cocktail. I prefer mine with a twist.
Hi. Oh.
So stupid. Tony Soprano's Underground Part 1. Copyright.
Hang out with Hoovers and Cetriellis, our own little strip of paradise.
Cone, I was out here, minding my own, when these damn scooter kids came by, grabbed my gabagoo, and threw it on the roof. Some kind of internet challenge.
Fucking internet.
Yeah, fuck the internet. Hey, can you get my gabagoo back? Careful up there. That's a premium cold cut.
All this for a fucking slice of gabagoo?
Thanks.
Not the Gabagoo.
What's the holdup? We going to the fucking demo or what?
Choose to have next in the comments. Go to the demo, explore New Jersey. What the fuck is this? Oh, I've seen one of his videos before, I think. Oh yeah. I've seen this.
If you're red, Cetriellis, I'm a talkative guy. Maybe we'll eat gabagoo for lunch sometime. And then hit the bed and bang, oh, cheat on our wife. And
It's so fucking stupid. I'm following that channel.
$15, little man. Put that shit in my hand.
Me? Go fuck yourself, dude.
Stay back, Uncle. What happened?
He ran out of gabagool about a half hour ago, sir.
Uncle Ben?
Uncle Ben.
Over here, Uncle Ben.
How about that? How about that?
With great power comes great gabagoo.
Stop lecturing me, please.
Oh my god, like, this is so well edited too.
Soprano is Uncle Ben. One man must find a piece of gabagool to save him.
Harry tells me you are looking for gabagoo. You know, I'm something of a gabagoo guy myself.
Witness Spider-Man like you never fucking have before.
I really need to find this gabagool and do it fast. Uncle Ben is counting on me.
It's my nephew. Kid keeps calling me Uncle Ben. All I need is for him to go get me some gabagool, and then he goes out and pretends he's a fucking Spider-Man or some shit.
Why are you making this shit so difficult? Just fucking come inside my deli. I have gabagool.
He can't just get gabagool from anywhere, you fucking idiot. It's for Tony Soprano.
Spider-Man, the Gabagool edition. Get your ass.
Okay, I'm posting this guy's channel in both the YouTube and Twitch. Go check out this dude. Holy shit. So well edited too. Like I know using AI voices, but this is like using AI voices like kind of like in a really creative way and not like just creating slop with it. What is this channel? It's just Tony Soprano stuff. I love it. Oh god. I like this channel. Oh no. Oh.
Scout, you better not be ordering DoorDash while we capture this point.
But soldier,
They got the loaded wings.
Loaded wings, new from Carl's Jr. Scout.
I like this channel too.
DoorDash while we capture this point.
But soldier, they got the loaded wings.
Loaded wings, new from Carl's Jr. Scout.
I mean, how can they put this much?
Hey, what's this little toy?
He does
I mean, how can they put
this guy, he does like the facial expressions, then he animates it.
Ooh, better.
I know, I thought that was going somewhere else too. This guy's great. I fucking love him as well.
Hello, Mario.
This is it, Luigi.
What's in my thing here? 15 years of Vine sauce. Oh wow. Vinny's celebrating 15 years. I'm gonna meet Vinny someday. LGR. I gotta get it up.
Whoa, ass ahoy.
That's it. New Stop Killing Games video, which I like Ross. I don't think he should be making a lot of Stop Killing Games videos. I like to see him do like his game dungeon and stuff. I actually like this dude. Like,
well, it appears with
wholesome content creation. This dude's awesome.
We've made it. We've made 1,000 subscribers. Can you believe that? 1,000 subscribers.
I love this dude.
This tiny little channel that is me, an old man.
Did he finish Freeman's Mine?
We've made
not yet.
1,000 subscribers. 1,000.
Well, he finished Freeman's Mine 1. He's doing 2 now.
And gone. Yeah, I'll watch that channel. And that's just amazing, isn't it? I didn't expect him.
I like this dude. This dude could be like a next tech mode, I believe.
Get to 1,000 subscribers, but we have.
Like old guy that just likes talking about like video games and other like technology stuff.
Well, what I'd like to say is a big thank you to all these people who have subscribed. There is more content coming. I'm just taking a little break at the moment. There is more There's more. There's more content coming. I'm just, like I said, I'm just taking a little break. I'm working on another channel at this moment in time as well.
This guy, you know, I don't like how he's using the AI stuff there. No. Like, I've been following him for a while. He's like a genuinely cool guy, though. I like him. The PSGO is dying. Like, I've been following him for a while. I watch this guy called Donald McGow Gaming. He does gaming collective videos. I'll look him up right now. If you guys have any suggestions for me to look up, just let me know. YouTube's been being like really good at like recommending small videos. Keck's lying again.
Hello, welcome to another Donald Mackerel game with me, Donald Mackerel. Another bizarre one for you, based around
what's behind him
and bad stuff that's happened recently. We'll start off with a big bad one, which is I am flued up to hell. I'm really ill at the moment.
Also, like, that's weird. Okay, so PS2 had that thing for a while where they would so those are PSP games up there. The PS2 games, like, if you notice, like in the UK region, They're mainly, they have the white things on the spines, and like look at the other like game consoles here, they don't have that. It's only the UK region that did that for some reason.
You guys,
well, I think it's a pillow with his face on it.
Which was a series of incidents in CEX. The first thing that happened was I took some games in to trade. We had a little bit of double standards because
CEX is that like their GameStop? Let me look it up here. CEX Limited, British retailer dealing with pre-owned video games, mobile DVDs, Blu-rays, customer electronics. Established 1992, computer exchange. Retailer named itself Complete Entertainment Exchange. With May 14, there's 393 stores in the UK, and a further 231 internationally, with a number, location, and franchises. People pronounce it sex. Oh my god.
Well, he's dead. So.
Oh, I had the wrong one there.
Basically, they refused some of the games that I reprint the covers on. I'll give you an example of what I do. Like that is a reprinted cover.
That looks pretty good for a reprint, though.
The only reason why I had to reprint that was because somebody bought that originally from CEX, and they put that cover on. You know, as in they put the wrong disc in the wrong box. So I bought that for like 20 quid back in the day. Printed out a new cover, jobs are good, and so I took a load of games like that to CEX. Not all of them, but quite a few of them had reprinted covers, and they just kept rejecting them, saying that we don't do reprints, we don't do reprints, we don't do reprints. Several points I said, you literally have games on your shelf with reprinted cover written on it, and the person said, I'm sorry, we don't take reprints. And I was like, yeah, but on your shelf it says reprinted cover on everything. Oh yeah, well we're not allowed to do reprints, not allowed to sell them. Okay, so I've had issues with CX before with the quality of the discs. So of course I was like, you know, can I see the discs? So they show me every disc, and I was like, okay, that's good. Okay, can you clean that one? Yeah, that's good. That's good. And when they finished, put them all together for me in a bag. I was like, fantastic, thank you very much. I get home and check them. That is the first game. So as you can quite clearly see, reprinted cover, literally the thing that they said that they can't sell. Same shop.
That's
same
scummy.
person. What the heck? The standard of the reprint, as you can see there, is
usually with GameStop. You just like, if you guys don't know, in the US is Glamorous Frog. We get in the US here. I'm going to show you what GameStop does. GameStop printed cover. This is what we get here in the US. We get stuff like this. They eventually got a little bit better, but like but yeah, it's like generic, like where's like a new one at? I'm trying to find a new one here. No cover. We get stuff like this now, pretty much. Where it's just like, it'll just like say the console's name. Yeah, like this. I don't know if GameStop has no opinions, original cases on the website, but not only did I get a generic one, they didn't even bother to include the game. I saw this goofy crap years ago, and I used to go to Florida regularly. Yeah, and now it's just like this generic stuff, not like even the goofy figures and stuff.
Awful. It's like it's been printed on basic A4 paper, really, really shoddy quality. Why is it all right to sell that to me for full price as well? But they didn't even sort of go, yeah, the cover's bad, so we're going to knock him some money off on that one. Nope. Sold me that full price after saying that they couldn't accept it. And I've got to accept
I'm not
that.
a big fan of the
It's gonna cost me
retro
about
like
£10
collecting scene.
in fuel and parking.
Like
Go back
it's
there
really
to
bad
Get my £4
now.
back, which they'll give.
Like Haunting Ground, a game I just played, to get a copy of it, like in like with the cover and everything, even like if it's just a disc, it's like around $250. If you want it with a cover, you're looking at like $350 to $400, like even closer to $450 depending on the condition.
Give me on a blooming voucher.
Game
So I've got to
collecting in the
accept that.
US
That's
is a
mine
fucking
now.
joke
I will
anymore.
have to reprint, ironically, a cover of a better standard.
And the thing is, I don't think a lot of retro gamers even play the games. I just think they can just collect them.
That looked decent. Thanks, CX. That is for my private collection.
How I collect Steam games.
So that was the first bit. The second bit was they said that they wouldn't accept this, not because of the water damage on the cover. They said because the manual has 2 small stickers on it, which can remove with like a hairdryer.
I'm trying to get the last couple of Muppets games where they go insane price one day. Yeah.
Because they wanted to give me...
Any game can just skyrocket in value. Like, one I really point out to is the Piglet game that came out. Piglet big game. This is, we'll go to price charting. Check this out, okay? Normal, 15 bucks, 15 bucks. Okay, almost 20 bucks. Still kind of normal. Oh my god! Almost $100 complete in box. And like some games are just like, okay, I like to point this out, okay? So hold on, we're gonna look up Dragon Ball Z, okay? I want you guys to see this. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Okay. This is a game that sold really well. I'm talking like insanely well. The price eventually went down on this. It like I had this game around this era right here where it was like $150 to $200 when I had this game. I sold it to buy, I bought it for 40 bucks and I bought it's charting. I bought a copy of God Hand with it, which price started going up more for it now. It's almost 200 bucks. A VTuber has been playing it recently, so I bought that for 40 bucks. And I bought God Hand with it. Now, if you guys look here, it's almost same price for him, you know, $150 range. Okay, watch this, okay? Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 sells. Right, I want you guys to see this. VG charts. Check this out here. So we're gonna look for Budokai Tenkaichi 3. PS2 version alone, 1,200,000 units sold in total. I think, I don't know if it shows, like, it breaks down which one it is, but yeah, over 1 million units in total sold. That game was 150 bucks. Now check this out. God Hand. Keep in mind, 150 bucks as well. 60,000 units. Like, absolutely insane. The market between these games, it's absolutely nuts that, like, this game sold the same amount. Not the same amount. This game sold significantly less, but it was worth the same price. let's do another one, okay? Silent Hill 2. All right. Silent Hill 2. $150 for complete in box. Complete price, $100 loose, okay? Now, Silent Hill 2 sold well enough to have a greatest hits version. Silent Hill 2, okay? 1 million units as of October 2001. That was just in October 2001. Q1 and Royal Rose. Yeah, those are ones that are actually like did not sell that well at all. We can look it up on here to see Q1. Okay, any game that is by Age Tech, Atlas, or any other place, or like any other smaller thing, all smaller companies that released on the PS2. Look at this. Sells in North America 0.01 million. That's like only like 100,000 that was sold. Like that is so low. Let's see. I'm gonna look at Roller Rose real quick. $0.01. Same deal. And these games cost a fucking almost like 1/4 of a car to get. 10,000. Jesus, Gregory Horror Show price is insane. Did it go up in price? I know it's a UK only game. $70 to $100 isn't that bad. How much you? Right, so this is only released in the UK. UK's market for games are not really too obscure. It doesn't have anything here for it. At UK and also Japan. It did not come out in the US. Yeah, and prices for games are absolutely insane now. I want to check something. Let's see how good our video is doing that we just put out here. I just want to see it. Okay, let me go to YouTube Studio, content, shorts. 244 views already. Jesus Christ, 10 likes. See, this is what I mean. Some shorts, they take off pretty quick. Some flounder, some... It's all... A Large Man is Live, I know. I'm probably going to tune in to watch him here in a little tiny bit. But yeah, it's... Shorts are really weird. It's how you do stuff. 10 likes, it's actually not too bad already for having that much. It should actually tell me like the retention and stuff, which is analytics here. So it, like when it gets more engagement, people watched it for 26 seconds. That's like half of it, that's absolutely insane that it actually did that. Average view 33 minutes. 33 seconds. That's pretty good. 33 seconds out of a short that's like 48 minutes. 48 seconds long. That's not too bad at all. Engaged viewers 123. Like I just put this out and it's still growing now too. Like we'll check back. It's at 12 likes now. 1 dislike. Hey, you know, engagement is engagement. See, make shorts. Make shorts for your channel if you're a content creator. Some of them will blow up, you know. You don't know until you put it out there. A man.
Agree with. I do think
every time I see his hat, like that hat, I just think of I just think of this.
You kids look like you could use a delicious fruity beverage!
Who are you?
Might I suggest Fizzy Pop's Grape Blast? The new soda from Johnson & Hedges. Open wide, kids, because I'm gonna grape you in the mouth!
He's going to what them in the mouth?
He's gonna grape him.
He's going to grape them?
Yeah, in the mouth.
Right.
Sure. There's more.
No, I'm sorry. All right, well, I'm not sure that I'm comfortable.
That's all I think of is just this sketch when I see Rich with that hat on. Oh, is he eating his sandwich? Of course, that's trending now. Louis Rossman's live. Oh my god. Coughing baby. I'm gonna move over to the just chatting screen real quick, and I'm gonna sit here and we're gonna talk for a minute before I end the stream. Hope you guys really enjoyed the stream today. I know this is like kind of a little bit of a random thing to do. I didn't really know what to stream today, so I thought, hey, let's stream some content creation and stuff. So update the goal here. I'm gonna look to see how much is on YouTube right now. So I can calculate this real quick. Let me go to my YouTube. I just want to calculate put it towards the goal. So I am up to date with it. Okay, we made $4 today, so that is $3, and we are like every $3 I add a point to the goal. So we are gonna add 1 to this. Okay, I said I was gonna eat an MRE today, and I kind of forgot, so we're gonna do that like tomorrow. But we're at 51 for the monthly goal. Right there is what counts towards it. 1 point for every subscriber on Twitch, a member on YouTube, or every $3 or 200 bits. We met up to 50. At 60, we're gonna do a horror game with custom sound effects. At 65, we're gonna do a stream where I act like DSP. At 70 will be Edibles Part 2. At 90, we'll do Metal Gear Delta on release date. So yeah, that's gonna be that's what we're gonna be doing here. I can close out CapCut. I still had it open. But yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. I think we're gonna do a pizza one. That's what I think we're doing for the MRE. I think we're gonna do pizza next time. So I do appreciate everyone tuning in. I do appreciate everyone's watching. You know, we have a long journey on YouTube to go. I did hear back from TTS Monster, and they did say that that I have to get 2,000 subscribers to get TTS Monster on YouTube. So that's going to be one hell of a journey. So I'm not going to be pushing people to subscribe yet. I'm just going to like go with the flow with it, you know, put out videos, try to grow. I'm looking for an alternative for it right now. So because I know people like to donate and do custom AI voices and stuff, and I even like to do that too. But I have to figure out what to do, and that is bullshit. Yeah, it really is. I met the thing for it, and they're like, fuck you. I wanted to pay for it too. It's like $20-25 a month. I wanted to actually pay for that, and they're like, yeah, just fuck right off. It's like, anyways, I am gonna try to figure out what to do with it. I'm looking for alternatives when it comes to it. I'm gonna go get something to eat, chat. I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you guys here tomorrow. Hope you have a good night, everyone. Everything is bullshit. Yep. Let's do Silent Hill 3 soundtrack. Eat it! Devour.
I'm coming!
You're fired!
Congratulations, you won!
Bucci! 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 Bucci!
Someone sneaks in. Alice sneaks in Booch's room at night.
Bucci!
I'm coming.